I went from a broke college student trying every single business model under the sun to making over $10 million in pure profit by the age of 24. Today, I'm gonna be breaking down the exact businesses that took me there and how I've built a life of freedom, leverage, and zero burnout while most entrepreneurs are still struggling to stay afloat. So diving straight into it, here's what I've done. Let's talk numbers. My career earnings from the age of about 18 to 24 is around $10 million, and that's not revenue, but profit. Now, what's crazy here is in the last 2.5 to 3 years alone, I've made over $7 million of that profit. To take you back a few years here, I made my first $1 million in profit and became officially, I guess, a millionaire by the age of 21. And I did all of that through pure hustle. Now, this is my business channel, so if you're here and you're watching these videos, you've probably already had a bit of success with making money on the internet. And I'm not gonna waste your time with my complete origin story because that's, probably better off on my main channel or maybe a video for another time. But ultimately, my success in these early years came down to two things. Number one was just the belief that I held where I refused to be average. I didn't want to live like everybody else. I didn't want to become this corporate slave and work for 20, 30, 40 years to try to become a C-suite level executive. And also, there was just so much competition pouring into those fields. I needed to find another way, and I wanted to unlock a life of freedom. And number two, I desperately wanted to be a provider. I wanted to be the one that, my loved ones, family, friends, everybody around could depend on in times of need. So anyways, from starting my first agency at the age of 18 in college, servicing local businesses in my area, running Facebook ads, to starting dropshipping and pumping and dumping countless amounts of stores, to building websites for clients and selling digital products and just making money in a myriad of other ways to get to my first million, that's pretty much what happened. But that's when things really got interesting because the hustle didn't just stop after I made $1 million and got comfortable. $1 million is great and all, but at the end of the day, I paid about $250,000 in taxes to the Canadian government, lost about 100 big ones in crypto. I bought my dream car, dream apartment. I started taking care of my family and friends and going on lavish vacations. And I realized that I didn't want to forever be tied to this kind of hustle mentality in order to live this lifestyle that I always wanted. Unsurprisingly, once I had made my first $1 million and I was 21 years old, I started talking about that more on YouTube and on social media. And that's when I really started to build an audience. People all of a sudden seemed to care because I had all this money now. I was doing a little bit of one-on-one coaching at the time, teaching some people who followed my journey on YouTube and Instagram how to start e-commerce. I had maybe 3 or 4 clients. Again, hustle mentality, remember? But around this time, like I said, my socials started growing like crazy and there was so much demand. So many people were messaging me saying, how do I live a life like yours? How do I start e-commerce? How do I get into all this stuff? And I realized there was a massive demand here. And yeah, this is 3.5, 4 years ago. So the whole info product scene and coaching and courses is not what it was today. And when I first started YouTube, I did it for one, a hobby and passion of mine. And two, I did it because I also thought I could make a little bit of money from maybe AdSense revenue or sponsorships. Again, anything I could do to put more cash in my pocket and build more income streams. But yeah, a few good years ago now, I stumbled across literal gold mine industry. So I dove in headfirst, I did my research, I devised a plan, and I went from transforming my little one-on-one coaching operation into an info or digital product business, an education company, whatever you want to call it. But the main idea here was that I could change lives and I could impact people at scale instead of just one-to-one. And to be able to have that kind of impact at scale, I just knew that I would make a crazy amount of money doing so. And of course, I already had tons of demand coming in because of my personal brand. And again, prior to this discovery of mine, I thought that coaching or private training is, just kind of a one-on-one sort of deal, unless you wanted to sell a course, but I didn't want to be that guy because I bought many courses, when I first started and I didn't get all that much out of them. I wished that, I had actually known someone or had a mentor, somebody that I could speak to that would walk the path in front of me. And, my thesis around, not wanting to sell a course even back then was if I have this value and knowledge, I might as well just give it away for free on YouTube and I'll probably still make money from AdSense and sponsors and affiliates and what have you, and I won't get a bad reputation and people will get tons of value from me and want to connect with me, etc., etc. But again, after doing my research, I realized that you don't have to sell a course and you can actually run a mentorship or coaching on a one-to-many scale instead of just one-to-one. You can provide a ton of impact, change a ton of lives, and make a ton of money in the process while growing the #1 asset in today's world, which is your personal brand. And this business model is what took me from like kind of rich to I'm rich. So within the next 3.5, 4 years now, let's list off what happened from the ages of 21 to 24. So during that time, I became one of the top affiliate partners in the world at Shopify, TikTok, and AutoDS, all in the space of less than about 1.5 years, doing consistent multiple six-figure months in profit with my affiliate operation, and that totaled over $3 million in profit, and exponentially growing, of course. I scaled my info product B2C company, Outright Ecom, to $400,000 months, totaling over $4 million in net profit. And I also grew my YouTube channel during that time from about 30 to 40,000 subscribers all the way up to over 500,000 subs, and my Instagram from about 10 or 15K to now just under 1 million followers. And from that as well, I made easily over $500,000 in, I guess, passive income profit just from, YouTube AdSense and a couple of small sponsors that felt like I needed to integrate anyway because I was already talking about them. Now, of this $7.5 million in profit that I made in the past couple of years here, about 85%, give or take, of that profit was generated without paid ads, and also without shooting content for more than a couple hours a week. Believe it or not, I'm not the most extroverted person, and I don't love always being in front of the camera. Of course, I enjoy it. I'm passionate about it to an extent, but it's definitely something that I couldn't sit here and do every single day. And lastly, without a massive team, across all my different ventures, really the only 4 key players that I have is a creative director, a chief of ops, a CMO, and a CFO. And the craziest part of all of this is that I did all this while reclaiming my time and living a life that's just far better than what I was living when I was in that hustle phase to make my first $1 million. I have ultimate time freedom. I travel the world. I think I've been to about 35 countries in the past 3 years. I have an amazing relationship, and I work out every day for give or take an hour and a half or 2. I do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I've been investing about 90% of my take-home income every single month for the past 3.5, 4 years, which means, most importantly, I guess people can call me a guru because they see me posting content online, but I'm not stuck in a pissing competition to see who can flex the hardest and bring in more clients. If I want to upgrade my lifestyle or buy a new place or buy a new car, I do that when I can more than afford it 10 or even 20 times over. Now, I understand you might be a little bit skeptical. You might see my Instagram and see watches and fancy cars, etc., and think, no, you're not. You're just like everybody else. So in the case that you don't believe what I'm saying here, I want you to go check out my Instagram account, go through my highlights, because I've been sharing my journey for the past 5 or 6 years at least on Instagram, and also go check out my main YouTube channel because I've been sharing videos for the past, I think, 4.5 years on there. And of course, I plan on dropping tons more valuable content on this channel, case studies of what I've personally been able to do. I'll get into the numbers and I'll break down as much as I possibly can and show you guys real living proof of everything that I'm saying here today, and also be making guides and tutorials to walk you guys through step by step how to do this. Now, the other option is you can check out the link that I'm putting down below in the description. This is a very new, very exclusive opportunity for you to come and work with me and my entire team to help you build and scale an insanely profitable lifestyle business that puts cash flow in your pocket every single month. We'll not only teach you everything that we know, but we'll actually jump in your business and help implement it for you. On top of that, we'll be helping you build and leverage the #1 asset in today's world, which is having your very own personal brand, but one with intention and that you can run on autopilot, so you're not stuck on the creator hamster wheel shooting content every single day for hours. So yeah, you can basically skip all of my mistakes and get to everything you've ever wanted faster. So the intention of this is to connect with cool, like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs who've already had success online. This is super crucial and super important. Please do not go and click that link down below if you haven't had any kind of success and you're not looking to take that to the next level with a cash flowing lifestyle business. In the case that you have no monetizable skill or you haven't yet had any kind of success, I'd actually recommend you don't subscribe to this channel and you go check out my main channel instead, because there I drop entry level or beginner level tutorials on how to start making money in the online world. So yeah, if you want to fast track your journey, you want to skip all the mistakes I've made and to get to the life that you've always wanted and everything you've ever dreamt of a lot faster, go check out the link down below. And that's all I got for today's video, but I'm gonna be posting tons more content on this channel. So I'll see you guys soon, and thanks for listening. Peace.